Hey people, Pranksman here. Doing another update on Minibike I'm working on. So show you what I got. Check it out. Okay, what you're about to see, you don't want to attempt this at home on your own unless you've had proper training. Me doing this was pretty dangerous to begin with, and I also made a mistake as how I did it. Even with my training, I made a mistake, but it wasn't too bad. I didn't die, I didn't blow up, but there was still gas still left in the tanks after I pulled both Schrader valves, and I used a compressor to blow air through the tanks to evacuate all the dangerous gas. And still, when I was welding on them, when it broke through, it made a little poof. So there's still gas in there. If you don't know what you're doing, do not attempt that. Thank you. I got two of them, so I had to make a double barrel tank. They're both able to have gas in them. I did a crossover tube underneath, and I made this piece a T-fitting out of brake line, and I brazed it together, and it has a piece of 3/16 inside of the 1/4-inch tubing. Fit right over, and I brazed it together so it'll have some strength. It don't break with vibration, but yeah, fits right in there, and it's a double tank. See, there you go. With a single feed. Also, to make the other tank fill up without having a cap to it, I made a crossover vent. There it is. So when you fill this tank up, comes down, and it will fill this tank up, and the air will be pumped back into this tank. So this tank fills up also. These two tubes are for support only. They don't go through. This is a top part of a power steering can. Power steering cap. I ground off the words. That should be a great cap. I also made shock mounts out of fuel line, 3/8 fuel line over a bolt. And I welded the bolt to the frame. So when you tighten the bolt onto the hose, it expands and it locks the tank in place. It'll have a washer on top too, so you can't pull it off. But yeah, you tighten it down, it'll expand, and it'll lock it in place, and it's shock mounted. I didn't want it solid because the vibration will probably bust the brazing I did to the steel tank. I brazed everything. I welded the crossovers, but I busted through on this tank. It's real thin. I pressure tested it. They're going to be painted red. I got the red paint already. Oh, I want to thank Doug for giving me all the stuff for this. Guy at work, and he's been cleaning out his garage. He got a lot of stuff from his dad after he passed away, and bless his heart, and he gave me the brazing rods. The brazing rods are excellent for using a map torch. Show you a sample. This is the brazing rod. It's like 1/16 of an inch thick. Melts pretty easy with the map torch. You gotta have it turned up all the way though. But yeah, I was able to do all the sheet metal brazing with no problem. It melted just like solder, and that's hard to do with brazing. I tried brazing these caps up, but it was too much metal. I couldn't get it hot enough, but it sealed up good enough, and I just leveled it off with silicone. And I was also throwing the idea around of putting a big front tire on there, but it don't look right. Keep the small tire on there. There's the seat. Okay. Get one more shot of the tank's front view. Those things look badass. Okay, I just had to do that. Okay, here's the inside of the motor, as I promised. Fresh gaskets and everything. I don't know if you can see it. I polished the piston rod a little bit. Get that again. I don't think the camera's going to focus. I didn't shine it up like the other motor, but it took the high spots off, so. And the easy start mechanism on the cam, what it looks like is this thing. This little prong taps the valve, and when the motor's running, it flings out of the way and it doesn't tap up the valve. I gotta bend that down a little bit. Okay. Can't show you the port job because the engine block's all together, but I ported it. All nice and clean. See how clean it is in there, besides the assembly lube. But yeah, all clean. Okay, one more thing. I wanted to show you the bearing. It's a pretty big bearing on that crankshaft. Makes a heavy duty motor, so I've bent the tab down already and about to put it together. Okay, that's it. Okay, I got it all painted. Just gotta dry now. Red. Okay, any questions, comments, rate it, up and down, subscribe. Thanks, man. Bye.